Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Sophie Erber. As temperatures begin to drop across Siouxland, local shelters are getting ready, but the pandemic makes this year different than others. KCAU 9 News reporter Marina Bach takes a look at how 2 local shelters plan to serve some of Siouxland's most vulnerable residents in our top story at 5.
I spoke with the Gospel Mission as well as the warming shelter here in Sioux City about their upcoming winter plans. The ultimate goal to keep our homeless population safe from these cold winter months. But due to COVID-19, there's going to be some major changes inside the facilities.
We are expected to have a much higher rate of homelessness this season, and we're prepared for that.
The warming shelter is preparing to open their doors on November 1st.
Anybody who needs a safe, warm place to go can come here, and to keep people out of the harsh elements of the Iowa winters.
But not everything will be the same this season.
Their temperature will be checked, and they'll be given a mask. We will require them to use hand sanitizer or wash their hands, and we will also be doing the COVID screening questions.
The shelter is planning to operate at full capacity, serving 116 people during the day and night.
Our day shelter side, we've actually turned that into a community room. We have installed shields, so to speak, guards around every bed for the residents.
Down the road, another Siouxland shelter is gearing up to open on Monday.
We're going to limit them to what we call the day rooms. The exits at the rear of the building will be open for them to come in and come out of, but it'll give them a place to come in out of the cold and stay warm.
The Gospel Mission will continue to provide face masks, hand sanitization, and temperature checks for those coming into the building.
Provide a safe environment for them, and then we're also going to have to disinfect the room, frequently during the daytime and keep it safe for everybody.
Director Paul Mahaffey says he has noticed an increase of Siouxlanders in need due to the pandemic, but the community has provided support.
But you know what? The neat community we live in, there's also been a great increase of people giving things for those without, those in need.
Both organizations shared with me that they are going to be in need of some items for this upcoming winter season. We'll have a link on our website, that's SiouxlandProud.com, with donation links and details if you're wanting to step up and donate. In Sioux City, Marina Bach, KCAU 9 News.
Taking a look now at the latest COVID-19 numbers here in Siouxland. Woodbury County health officials now surpassing the 7,000 case mark officially today, recording 77 new cases in the past 24 hours. 54 patients are currently in the hospital with COVID-19. Meanwhile, Sioux County tallies more than 2,300 total cases. In Nebraska, Dakota County has multiple positive new tests today. The county there has recorded multiple confirmed cases over the past 2 weeks. And in South Dakota, Lincoln County reports 54 new cases, that county totaling more than 2,400 total cases. State health officials tonight submitting plans to the federal government on how exactly they'll distribute a COVID-19 vaccine once it is approved. Deputy Director of Siouxland District Health, Tyler Brock, says there are multiple vaccines in the approval process. Most will require 2 doses. He adds, because there will be a limited supply, those most vulnerable, like the elderly and frontline medical professionals, will have the first access. Brock also says that state and local health officials are working together to submit Iowa's vaccine plan.
The primary reason for the plan is to make sure that there is some method on how you're going to get out vaccine that's in limited quantities. When you don't have enough for everybody, how do you distribute it to the people that need it the most?
And coming up tonight at 6, we will hear from Brock about some of the challenges the health department will have in storing the vaccine and also how they do plan to distribute it. Siouxland businesses received a very generous donation to help make more face masks more accessible. The Kind World Foundation donating $15,000 to the Sioux City Police Department. Part of this funding will go toward purchasing face masks that is to be distributed to Siouxlanders while they're out and about in the community. The other part of that funds went to purchasing window clings, encouraging the use of masks across Siouxland. Health leaders in the community were present at this event, shining some light on the benefits of mask wearing.
But we want to make sure that people outside intermingling and that sort of stuff are wearing a face mask. Another thing that we need to encourage residents to do is consider the gathering size. And I think that's if you're more than 4, 5, 6 people, be considerate of the individuals around that you're not normally around.
Now, if you or your business would like one of these masks, you are asked to pick them up at the City of Sioux City Customer Service Office of Siouxland District Health, or you can contact Downtown Partners for drop-off sites. A Rivercade event postponed from the spring has been canceled completely now after a surge in coronavirus cases locally. Organizers tonight say that holding this year's Barstool Open was just not worth the risk. The event was originally scheduled to be held back in April, but it was postponed until Halloween. Now the mini golf tournament would normally be held at 18 Sioux City area bars. Organizers do hope to hold next year's event sometime in the spring. The Sioux City Railroad Museum, unfortunately, also canceling their event on Halloween due to the virus. The popular Halloween at the Roundhouse, as well as their Christmas Whistle Stop Tour, will be canceled for the 2020 season. The museum's Halloween event normally draws roughly 10,000 people in every year to Sioux City. The museum says that with the current infection rate in Woodbury County, they felt canceling this year's event was necessary to help keep people safe. It is time tonight for our first check on the weather. Another headline today. Meteorologist Marcus Beasley standing by. Marcus, a very chilly day. Did not feel like October. This is my first fall here, but everyone here at the station says this reminds them more of January.
Yeah, it's pretty cold outside. Not comfortable at all here throughout the area, Sophie. We are seeing those temperatures outside still in the lower to mid 30s. It really hasn't warmed up too much today. Only a high of 38 recorded here in Sioux City, a high of 35 in Wayne and Yankton. A recorded high of only 34 in Orange City, 36 in Lamar's, Cherokee, and Storm Lake, as well as Denison and Carroll today. So temperatures staying only in the mid 30s for most of us. Overnight tonight, we're going to see some wintertime low temperatures dropping down into the mid to upper teens tonight. So a very cold night ahead of us. It does look like we'll have quiet weather tonight. Tomorrow, a chilly day, and that sets us up for some snow possible tomorrow night and into Sunday. I'll let you know how much here in a few minutes. Sophie?
That is the question. All right, thanks a lot, Marcus. Well, with that snow, as he mentioned, on the way this weekend, the Sioux City Police Department wants to remind everyone to remove abandoned vehicles from the city streets. The department says they will begin towing vehicles starting November 1st. Your vehicle will be considered abandoned if they are disabled, have out-of-date plates, or obviously inoperable. You must also move any boats, campers, or trailers you have parked on city streets that do not comply with city ordinances. In most cases, a vehicle will be tagged before it's removed. Police say their goal is to make it easier to properly clean up the streets when it snows. Turning now to politics, the Senate went into a closed session today as Democrats were once again trying to delay the nomination of Judge Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court. Anna Wernicke has the latest for us from Washington.
The doors will be closed.
For 15 minutes on Friday, the TV feed from the Senate floor went dark.
Shut off the cameras, close the Senate, and talk face to face.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer forced the Senate into a rare closed session for the first time in a decade. Schumer has repeatedly moved to adjourn, forced senators to be present in the chamber, and demanded roll call votes on the smallest of issues. Schumer says he wants to slow the Republican rush to confirm Judge Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court just days before an election.
The Senate majority may have the power to confirm this nomination before the election, but that does not make it right.
Just minutes later, cameras were back on, and the Senate voted to move forward, keeping Republicans on schedule to confirm Barrett before Election Day.
Let's get on with it. Let's do our job.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says Democrats are just trying to delay the inevitable and promises to confirm Barrett to the High Court well before Election Day.
We will give this nominee the vote she deserves no later than Monday.
The Senate will convene on Sunday for a procedural vote, teeing up a final floor vote on Barrett's confirmation late Monday. In Washington, I'm Anna Wernicke.
The Sioux City Musketeers are just weeks away from hitting the ice once again, and for the first time, fans got the chance today to paint the Muskies logo right on center ice at the Tyson Event Center. Pretty cool. One season ticket holder says that she is just excited to be out of the house during quarantine. She and her husband are making this ice painting part of a date night.
We're just so excited for hockey to start. We're a hockey family, and just getting out of quarantine and, getting out and doing something fun. We always look forward to hockey games, and we're just glad to be here to help get started.
It takes about 260 gallons of paint to put all the logos and lines out on the ice. It's a lot of paint. We're learning more today about a man arrested in North Carolina who is accused of plotting to kill former Vice President Joe Biden. We share those details with you coming up in about 11 minutes.
And it's looking like a wintry weekend ahead with snow on Sunday and record-breaking cold temperatures. Details on all of that after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and meteorologist Marcus Beasley. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
As we can see, there's still some green grass here in beautiful Sioux Falls, but Marcus, this ominous forecast we have going on, you might not be able to see the green grass after this weekend.
Yeah, we might have a little bit of white grass out there, so to speak.
Too early.
I know, we're going to see that early snowfall possible here this weekend. We actually had a little bit of snow earlier this week, a little bit of a light dusting. The view outside right now from the KCAU 9 studio brought to you by the Port Neal Welding Company, showing that we're still seeing those mostly cloudy skies, and it does look like we are going to have those clouds stick around throughout much of the night. We could see a few breaks here and there in the clouds, but I think for the most part, we'll still see mostly cloudy skies overnight. Temperatures chilly out there in the lower to mid 30s, 35 degrees in Sioux City, 33 in Wayne and Norfolk. We're seeing 34 in Storm Lake as well as Cherokee, Lamar's, and Yankton, 32 in Orange City, so right there at the freezing mark, and currently 33 in Spencer. Wind chill values in the mid 20s, so we are seeing a bit of a breeze making things feel even cooler outside. Feels like 25 in Sioux City, 24 in Wayne, 25 in Yankton for your wind chill value, 24 in Lamar's, Cherokee at 25, and 23 in Storm Lake. So bundle up as you head outside for your Friday evening plans. Temperatures are only going to get cooler and wind chills as well as we head into the overnight period. Wind speeds are breezy and they're moving out of the northwest at 16 in Sioux City, 14 in Lamar's, 13 in Wayne, 12 in Yankton, as well as 12-mile-per-hour winds there in Orange City, 17 in Storm Lake. So we are seeing those breezy conditions. Overnight tonight, we'll see those winds calm down a little bit, but temperatures are going to be very cold with or without the wind. Satellite radar showing that we are seeing those mostly cloudy skies. Notice to the northwest, a little bit of clearing there. So I do think we'll see these clouds break apart a bit overnight tonight, but tomorrow the clouds will move back in. STORMCAST showing that, again, tonight there is that possibility of the clouds breaking up a little bit, and then tomorrow by 4 a.m., notice clouds moving back in from the northwest. All day tomorrow, those clouds will continue to increase into tomorrow afternoon. It looks like tomorrow will be a dry, cold day, but notice by 9 o'clock tomorrow night, we're going to begin to see that snow approaching Siouxland from the northwest, and then as we head into early Sunday morning, right around sunrise and into the early afternoon, we're going to see that snow increasing, especially tomorrow afternoon. It does look like during the morning daylight hours and into tomorrow afternoon, that's when we're going to see the highest chance for snow falling here throughout Siouxland. And then as we head into Sunday evening and into Sunday night, it looks like that snow will begin to wind down. The snowfall forecast showing that by 2 a.m. Sunday morning, it does look like we'll begin to see that snow in northwestern Siouxland, and then as we head into the rest of Sunday afternoon, we'll continue to see snow throughout much of the daytime hours on Sunday, and then by the time this wraps up Sunday night and into Monday morning, we'll probably see roughly around 2 to 4 inches throughout much of Siouxland, so that's what I'm expecting right now as far as that snowfall goes. And again, 2 to 5 inches possible on the higher end of things. I think most of us in the 2 to 4 range. Winds will be gusting around 20 to 30 miles per hour, and especially Sunday morning and into Sunday afternoon, that's when we could see some challenging travel conditions as that snow could pile up pretty quickly on roadways. The 6 to 10 day temperature outlook is beginning to look a little bit more normal in the coming days. 19 degrees tonight for your low temperature. Tomorrow we're going to see a high of only 38. Again, clouds increasing. And your 9 on 9 forecast showing that we are going to see a cold day on Sunday with a high of 32 and an 80% chance of snow showers. Monday, 27 for your high temperature. That is extremely cold for this time of year. And then again, by the end of next week for Halloween, we'll have temperatures around where they should be this time of year in the mid 50s.
I've heard you today and our other fellow meteorologists here say that we could be looking at record low temperatures for Monday.
Yeah, record low high temperatures. Oof. So a high temperature that is extremely cold.
That's not what I wanted to break.
No.
All right, thanks a lot, Marcus. Well, Iowans gathered in Washta earlier today to take part in a historical land auction. That land previously owned by the Siouxland Community Foundation, overseen by Brock Auction Company. This auction taking place at the Grand Meadow Heritage Center, where more than 230 acres were sold for $9,250 per acre. If you'd like, you could read the full story. It's on our website right now at the address on your screen, SiouxlandProud.com. And do you know someone with a unique talent, perhaps a hobby or a little-known skill that others might enjoy? If so, we want to hear about it. Beginning next month, we're sharing their stories, and I hope you'll share those Siouxland stories with me. Just drop us an email, news@kcautv.com. Briefly explain what it is this person does that is so interesting, and we just might tell their story. After having a second set of identical twins, a Louisiana couple is seeing double again. We have their story coming up in about 8 minutes, but first, we're learning more today about a plot to assassinate former Vice President Joe Biden. Details on the arrest right after the break.
9 News.
Welcome back. We are learning more today about a man arrested in North Carolina, accused of plotting to kill former Vice President Joe Biden. Brian Blakely reports from our sister station in North Carolina with more on what we've learned so far about this man's arrest.
This Kannapolis bank is where federal agents say a man with ideas to kill a presidential candidate and carry out a mass shooting at a mall food court during the holidays was arrested. It all started, special agents say, when Alexander Treisman left a white van in the parking lot of this Fifth Third bank. And when Kannapolis police officers responded to check it out, they found inside 8 guns, the explosive material tannerite, several boxes of ammo, and more than $500,000 in cash. Hours after police had the car towed, Treisman came back for the van, and that's when he was arrested. Once in custody, police searched his electronic devices and came upon more alarming finds, including more than 1,200 video and 6,700 pictures of child pornography. While being interviewed, Treisman revealed he traveled to North Carolina from Seattle, Washington, saying he stopped in Kansas, New Hampshire, and West Virginia to buy several high-powered guns. But what were those guns for? This report shows that for more than a year, Treisman was interested in terrorist incidents and mass shootings. So much so that he took videos on his phone, like one on April 23rd, suggesting it would be, quote, awesome to hijack a plane and fly it into a building. Over the next few months, he posted on Reddit referencing pedophilia and executing those he hates. Between March and May this year, the report says he searched on the internet for Joe Biden's home address, state gun laws, and night vision goggles. The report says he even bought an AR-15 in New Hampshire, traveled to a Wendy's 4 miles from Biden's home, and wrote a checklist note ending with execute.
A Louisiana couple shocked when they found out they were having twins for a second time. We'll have their story right after the break. Don't go away.
9 News.
A Baton Rouge couple was in for a surprise when they were told they would have identical twins for a second time. Abby Rocha spoke with this couple who is now outnumbered.
Erin Credo had a feeling she was pregnant. She knew she needed to get an ultrasound and was shocked to find her intuition confirmed with not one, but 2 babies.
I immediately saw it when she started. I saw the 2 yolk sacs, and I just kind of waited just to see her get to the part where she does heart tones. And sure enough, she put 2 fetuses. And I just said, oh my God.
Credo broke the news to her husband over text.
I didn't know what to say. I was so shocked. I don't think I could have even put it into words.
The sight and experience, all too familiar. Credo's identical twin 6-year-old sons would soon have 2 little sisters.
I said, there's 2 babies in mommy's belly, and we're going to have another set of twins just like you guys. And to them, being a twin is so normal. So they're like, okay, sounds good. Can I go outside and play now?
9 months and a short NICU stay later, the couple is welcoming home 2 baby girls.
I always consider myself blessed with all these beautiful babies, but I also think God has a real funny sense of humor, and a lot of people say you're only giving what you can handle, and I hope he has my back for the next few years.
The family's doctor, Cliff Moore, says only 1 in more than 111,000 pregnancies result in a second set of identical twins. He says to put that into perspective, they only see this at Women's Hospital once every 15 years.
What a story. Taking a live look outside right now. Marcus returns with another check on our forecast through our chilly weekend. Coming up next. Stay with us.
Tonight is going to be a cold night. It's going to feel like winter out there, 19 degrees, partly cloudy skies. So I do think we'll have those clouds break apart a bit, and that'll actually help allow those temperatures to drop a few more degrees down to around 19. Winds will be light out of the north at around 5. Tomorrow, a high of 38 degrees. Clouds will increase throughout the day, and then that snow chance moves in tomorrow night and into Sunday.
Bundle up and drive safe. Thanks, Marcus. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you back here at 6. Good night.